Welcome. You are about to take a journey to a place of the divine love within with Deborah Buffet on the Love by Intuition show. For the next hour, allow her to prepare you in becoming a magnet for a profound love-infused relationship by identifying and focusing on solutions through love. Awaken the light within and let your essence shine. And now, here's Deborah Buffet on Love by Intuition, all part of the Dream Vision 7 radio network.
Welcome, everyone. Bonjour, mes amis. And yes, here I am, Deborah Buffet, founder and owner of the Dream Vision 7 radio network, the Love by Intuition show, and the Kids for Love project, which is an amazing, all about love, which if you listen to the show twice, you know that I'm all about the love. You're listening to Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. We're a syndicated Boston-based station. We're global. You can listen to us online, in your cars with Bluetooth, on Alexa, all your mobile apps, everywhere you are, regardless of what country, we are there. Well, we have a great show, and it's live, and Bob's in the house. So if you'd like to call in and talk with our guests, our number is 833-220-1200. Again, 833-220-1200. Well, this guest came at a perfect time with her book, and I believe that no book that I read, and I read hundreds of them, that there's a nugget, there's something, a gift in there, or more than one in every book, and the timing is always perfect. And I always felt like this year, 2019, is all about finding out who you really are and what you really want in life, and to let everything go that clouds up your brain with thoughts and all of this garbage that we all have in our heads, so that we are free of limitations and we can focus on unity and love and all the good things we all desire. Well, my guest is Dr. Emma Mardlin. She is a founding partner of the Pinnacle Practice, a well-being clinic in London. She's a clinical therapist and performance coach, holding her Ph.D. in psychotherapy, mind-body medicine. She goes by M. She's an international trainer in her field, metaphysical researcher in the reversal of various physical and psychological health conditions. She's author of 5-star reviewed book, Mind-Body Diabetes. She actually has type 1 diabetes herself, so the book is amazing. The book we are going to be talking about today is Breaking Boundaries for Life Beyond Limits, Out of Your Comfort Zone. So without further ado, Dr. Emma, do you want me to call you Em?
You can call me what you like, Deborah.
Okay. I'm always about the full name, so I'll call you Emma. So I want to thank you for writing the book, number one, and two, again, it came at such a wonderful time for me personally, and I love certain parts of your knowledge and wisdom, and it's packed. I have to say, it's packed with that wisdom. So as we know, one of the main things at the beginning, you have created the zone test to everyone to find their zone personality. So tell us about that, and really even before that, tell us why you wrote the book.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show, and thank you for reading the book and your really fantastic comments on it. And I'm so pleased that you have actually enjoyed reading it and found value in it as well, because I think that's always so important in any books anybody writes, that the audience actually finds value within it. But yes, I wrote the book really because in some way or another, the way we all make profound change is when we're taken out of our comfort zone. Personally and professionally, I've been out of my comfort zone most of my life. But to go on professionally, when I see clients who I work with in practice, the real changes they make inside of themselves is when we do the work to take them right out of the comfort zone, to break deep boundaries that then causes a change to help them then live a life beyond limits and meet with their actual blueprints, which is their core, where they really want to be in life, what feels right for them. And I think once you get rid of any negative emotions and blockages of energy, and then you align this with your true core blueprints, what you really want to do in life, what you feel you're meant to do, then the results are phenomenal in terms of what you can achieve. So I wanted to actually just get this down in a book and provide something in a step-by-step format that helps people to work through it. To make it available to the world, really, because obviously I can't be everywhere to see everybody, and I can't talk enough about how the things that I want to put out into the world to be able to help people. So for me, the medium of doing that was a book, first of all. Well, that's before I get to grips with social media properly.
So the zone test that you have created, what is it really, for the listeners, explain what that really means.
Sure. Well, as I said, the book is about taking people on a journey of self-discovery in a step-by-step fashion. So we start with the zone test, which is a series of introspective questions that really helps people to work out and discover their own personal comfort zone level, which is consistent with people's certain levels of thinking and personalities where people are in certain comfort zones. So we go right from a comfy zone, that's where a person may be very comfortable in what they do, they don't really make many changes, and life tends to be in a certain bubble sometimes. Life can be sweeping you by, and you're not really moving forward anywhere. You're just content with where you're at. But then we progress right through to what I call a zone zero personality, and that's, you're talking about having no comfort zone. You're talking about constantly breaking boundaries. And that's not to say you never feel fear or you never have curveballs come at you in life, but it is to say that you never fear. You know that you can handle it and you have all the resources and you're equipped to do that. And you actually enjoy breaking boundaries and constantly moving forward and evolving. So the zone test is about finding your particular score, where you're at the moment, and then working through the book and then being able to take the zone test afterwards to see how far you've progressed. So there's actually a measurement, something you can go by to see how far you've progressed. And also the questions help you to identify areas in your life where you may need to go back to and focus on and do more work to again evolve to get to being a zone zero personality where you have no fears or limitations that hold you back.
Right. You talk a lot about fear and really extending yourself to do something that would scare, you'd be scared, but you do it anyway. And I also love the way that you talk about, and I've got all this in my head, so it's coming out in all kinds of places, but where you talk about how people will, will say, it's really getting to the core of knowing yourself and what makes you tick. And people will say, well, this is what I want. I want to be, a millionaire, or I want to be a Hollywood star. But deep down in their core, they really aren't feeling that. It's just the words, but inside they're not feeling it. And that's what's so exciting, is to get to the root of what you really want so that you can make that happen. Because if you're not believing it from the root, it's not going to happen. So speak to that, because I think that's such a powerful piece in getting to know yourself.
Yeah, sure. You're absolutely right with that. And a lot of time people say on a superficial level, they kind of things that they want. But the differences between the people that get those things and the people that don't is that inner core total belief system. So, for example, you mentioned some people want to be millionaires, which is fantastic. And if that's your goal, that's super. And I would always say go for that. But if you're not that, or you're not on the trajectory to go forward and get that, there's something that's blocking you, and it's down at your deep core level. So what's really underneath that? And it might, for example, be that you don't actually feel you really deserve to be that wealthy, or you may have some limitation. You may have grown up, and this often happens with religious backgrounds as well, in terms of money being bad or the source of all evil. So, and that may be something that's deep within somebody's unconscious mind. So they're not even aware of that, but that could actually be causing the blockage to getting what they want to get. But also in today's society, we're led by a lot of the time, about wealth and beauty and all the external tangible things that people think they want. But actually, sometimes I associate people into having that, and they don't feel any different. There's still something at a core level that's actually missing. And I know, Deborah, from a lot of your work, you hit the nail on the head with it. That can be love, because that's the root, that's our core human blueprint that we all need at a root level, is to feel loved and to be able to give genuine love. And when you have that and you're unblocked and free of any other negative emotion, then you will have all the other tangible things. They will come to you, the things like money, success, etc., because your soul will be cleansed of negative emotion, if you like. And if you've just got all the love that's radiating from you, all that positive energy, that's when you then attract all the positive energy back, and you don't need to overly focus on all those tangible things.
Right. And we all yearn for that love, acceptance, attention. It's just the way it is on Earth here. And there's a lot of fears, and especially in this day and age. And I think it's important to start, for those that are out there that may never have really questioned themselves. In your book, there's a lot of questions about yourself, what is, and I love that, because most everyone isn't really tuning in and asking themselves what they really want or like, or who they are. With the people that you work with, I bet that that comes up all the time, where and I'm thinking of that client that you had who was misdiagnosed when she was a young girl, and she even went to a psychiatric hospital, I believe, with all the meds and everything, and she believed that because that was her belief system told to her, and then with working with you, she found that, well, it wasn't actually true. Tell us about that concept that I'm trying to convey.
No, you're conveying that perfectly, and this is a really important case. It's the case of Jasmine in the book, and yes, she went through an awful childhood, experiencing anxiety, and she actually had suggested